Hey everybody, this is Mike. I'm going to show you how to use Animator Compositor today. This is a 2D paint and animation tool that includes real-time spray strokes, drawing, uh, tools, tons of stuff in here. So what we're going to work on today is a little project that I've been working on for a social media thing. Basically, this is a slide in effect for graphic and our social media. Anyway, I'll show you guys how I made this using Animator Compositor. So first thing we'll do is just do a new timeline or new project, and I'll start out by creating my uh, words, whatever I want to say. So follow me, and that's a little big, so we're going to go in and edit the text size. Maybe make it 150, and I like that, so I'll just pick that and it'll copy it to my active tool, and we'll say at we'll do a different one this time, switcher CG, which is my personal account. Okay, so we've got the text here. Basically, we can work kind of where it's going to end up and then work backwards. So I'm just using my right mouse button to drag this around, but you could also use the select tool and drag it around, or move tool I should say, sorry, and drag it around with your left mouse. Two different ways to do it. Alright, so then we're going to grab our graphic and kind of get an idea where that's going to go. Now what I'm going to do actually is create an erase stroke to for these letters or these words to hide behind whenever they come out. So I'm just going to kind of start here and drag across. It's going to cover up my little graphic, my tweet there. I'm going to just right click on that and send it backward. So now it is behind the bird but in front of the text. So, and that's not going to be animated, it's just going to sit there. And finally we can do another erase tool here and just kind of cover up my birdie and move that around. And then I'll just kind of move this guy over here so that it will be something that the bird can slide out from behind. So now we've got basically how many things? We've got two objects here that are text, one erase stroke for the text to hide behind, the 3, so the birdie's 4, and this is 5 things on the timeline, which you can expand, by the way, down below here and click on the different objects to see where they're at. Okay, so now it's time to animate them. I'm going to select the first one there. I'm looking at my stroke properties window here. This is how I control different aspects of each object. And I'm going to animate the X position. So I just click on where it says S and choose animated, and I can just drag this guy over to where I think I want it to begin. Maybe a little bit more over, since I can see that I need to move this guy a little bit. There we go. So that'll be where that starts, and then we'll go down to the next line and animate this guy. So we're just gonna click on animate and drag it over. Okay, and now finally we'll animate the bird. So at the beginning, the bird is going to be behind his stroke object, so we'll just animate this guy and drag it over. Let's bring it on back. So this little granular here, we're going to get the drag a little bit better here. Type in the value. It seems to be a little bit easier right now. Okay, so there it is at the beginning of time, and now we're going to go to the end of the timeline and bring these elements out to where we think they ought to be. And we'll start right there with the bird, and then we'll work back to the text animation. So we'll have the text come out, and we'll start right there, and we'll bring this guy over. And so maybe I'll bring the bird over just a little bit more, and just kind of click on that and it comes out. Alright, so now what does that look like? Basically this here. So it comes out and look looks like probably what I need to do also, you can see here, is move this erase over a little bit more. So since it's not animated, that's really easy to do. We'll just set that right there and bring it back a little bit more actually. So maybe right there. And there we go. So what you can see now is the animation, two different objects, sizes, and they're coming out. Now it's time to save it out. I'm just going to rename my project. I'll call this Twitter Switcher CG, and then we're going to drag and drop it over here into my bin. So I had my previous project that was the global streams, and now this one, which is my actual account. And by the way, if you want to see all this stuff in real time, output to NDI, you can click on your workspace window here and just close that so we can focus on here. And then we're going to choose NDI, which will enable the NDI output. And if we want to look at that, we can just minimize this and bring up our NDI panel, which will enumerate, and it is there. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and tune in for another demo video soon.